2 with one from half court. Go off the mark.
It's time for high school sports right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab, One Way Construction, Rivercom 911, Save Mart, and Sangster Motors. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
At the buzzer. Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wenatchee High School. Hard to believe, but it's been since MAC Classic of 2020. That's 661 days ago since wrestlers were able to even get on the mats and do anything. And so it's been a long time. We're going to find out how the wrestlers are doing, freshman through senior here tonight, as it's the Wenatchee Panthers playing host to the Moses Lake Chiefs. And new coach for the Panthers, but some recognizable names and some recognizable faces. We'll talk with both coaches as we continue here on the pregame show. We're live at Wenatchee High School. It's Wenatchee and Moses Lake live wrestling tonight. Big night action on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll come back with the coaches right after this.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back here on the pregame show as we get ready for this match tonight between the Moses Lake Chiefs and the Wenatchee Panthers. Jaime Garza, the head man at Moses Lake, joining us now. And Jaime, I was just talking about 661 days since the last MAC Classic. I know you guys have had a few weeks of wrestling. How hard is that, though, to keep the program together when you don't have a full year without wrestling?
It's posed some challenges. You know, we have a very young team. However, we're having fun. We're getting better every day. So that's the mantra going into this season is just getting better, improving. So yes, it has been a while since competition. However, we're in the thick of things now. You know what I mean? We're in the third week, entering the third week of December, and this is where it starts getting fun, and this is where we start figuring out kind of where we're at, and then what do we got to improve on, and so that we can reach our goal. What that is, it's different every year.
Well, I noticed on your lineup here tonight against the Panthers, you got a good mix of freshmen as well as some elder statesmen here for you. Talk about those guys coming back that are wrestling still in this program and how they're coming so far.
Yeah, Oh, they're working hard. You know, the process is definitely a process. So, I mean, how should I say that? Small steps that we're taking this year. There's a lot of youth, even within our older group. You know, they took essentially, they had that whole year off. Some of them, you know, weren't devoted to some other sports, and that's great. I'm all about that. However, when it came to, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, we have to peel that onion, you know what I mean, and get those layers out. Off from that core of what that onion is, and so we're just taking it one day at a time and improving. We kind of have a little philosophy is, hey, let's get 1% better every day, and I feel like these boys are doing that.
So there's a different approach by different coaches as far as wrestling is concerned. You want to win the dual matches, you want to get ready for tournament time at the end. How do you approach it?
Well, like I said, every year is different, you guys. This year we have a pretty green group of athletes that may not have come with the experience and the wrestling IQ that Mosley typically brings in. So we're developing that. We're looking at our youth programs, but however in the high school it's a different approach. Right now I'm not basing our season off of what happens tonight. I'm not basing it what happened last week or what happens 2 weeks from now. It's that third, fourth week of January, what are we looking like going in the district tournament? And so what that means is it's small steps. With this group, we're green, and we're, like I said, it's one step at a time. Sometimes we go backwards, we're going to go back, and we're kicking in gear and find ways to go forward in other positions of our wrestling. So it's been fun. It's been definitely entertaining at times. It's been challenging, but I'm glad that I'm here.
Well, and that forward and backward steps happens within the rounds of each match. And, the coaches will be yelling as loud as they can for each of their wrestlers here tonight. Jaime, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy. That's the most important thing.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
You bet. Jaime Garza joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk with Wenatchee's head coach. Coming up next, and by the way, Talk with the Coaches brought to you by TC Slingers. They can provide the landscaping material, and they can also move it for you at TC Slingers. Back with more right after this.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care, they speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome back here on the pregame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. Now talking with the new head man at Wenatchee High School, Carlos Adamy, and first home match. Are you a little nervous here, Carlos?
A little bit, yeah. Got a lot's on the line. Unfortunately, I'm going up against my hometown, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to starting a new tradition here in Wenatchee. So,
well, you come from a rich wrestling history across the way. Your former team you're going to be wrestling against here tonight. Talk about that Moses Lake. I guess, wrestling atmosphere and what they've created and how you can try to recreate that here in Wenatchee?
You know, it just starts from the youth. They have a really good program, and they develop starting real young. And, I'm hoping to get into the community this year and just trying to, plug away on getting those kids in the wrestling room and getting them back on the mat and starting a new tradition. I think that's the key, is those youth kids.
Well, talk about the atmosphere. You got the music cranking, you got the lights out, you got the spotlight on the ring. Talk about what you hope to achieve from week to week. It's awfully early in the season. What do you want the guys and the gals to be picking up as they wrestle for the Panthers?
I just want to see them, fight and, show a little pride in what they're doing. And, I mean, it's hard. It's an individual sport, so it's really hard to, stress that upon a kid. A lot of the sports out there are a team effort, and they don't have they have somebody to rely on. This is the one sport where they can only rely on themselves. So, trying to develop that and, getting them motivated to step on that mat is kind of the hard part. So,
well, that teamwork comes in the wrestling room where you're challenging, you're wrestling with each other, against each other, things like that, right?
Correct, yeah. When we're in the room, we're a team, but when you step out on this mat, it's an individual sport, and none of them are going to come out there and wrestle for you. So it really, you have to have a lot of heart in what you're in wrestling, or else it's a hard sport to do. So,
and one thing I love is a 106-pound kid can be a hero.
Anybody can be a hero, yeah. It just takes one move.
Well, congratulations on getting the position. Best of luck. Keep everybody healthy tonight. That's the most important thing.
For sure. Yeah, thank you.
You bet. Carlos Anime joining us here on the pregame. We'll get the matchups coming up with the bout sheet on the way here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1. And I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do. And they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up to time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Back in 5 seconds game. Well, there's our anthem for tonight as we get ready for Big Nine Wrestling here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eric Granstrom here, Matt's side for the play-by-play. And now that the anthem is done, we'll have the captains come out, and we will decide as far as the toss, who gets choice upon each match. Starting at 106 pounds tonight, that is your lightest weight available in high school wrestling. It goes all the way up to super heavyweight. And that is in the 285 range. And we will get the matchups here coming up in just a moment. The official for tonight, our referee, is Cody Eilers. He is out there talking with the captains for both squads, for Moses Lake and for Wenatchee. Again, thanks to our sponsors here on the NCWLIFE Channel, and a special thanks to TC Slingers for helping us bring you the coaches' interviews just a moment ago. For your landscape supplies and material placement, it's TC Slingers. And we're going to have the face-off here, which is always a fun part of wrestling at Wenatchee High School and high schools throughout the state of Washington and the United States. Dylan Martinez has a forfeit for Moses Lake at 106 pounds. At 113 pounds, wrestling for the Chiefs will be Drayden Gaither at 113 pounds. Meanwhile, for Wenatchee, D'Angelo Negrete at 113. At 120 pounds, it'll be Jayro Guzman for the Chiefs against Leonardo Salgado for Wenatchee. You've got Guzman, a freshman, and Salgado, a freshman. Another forfeit for Moses Lake at 126 pounds. Jackson Carlos will win by forfeit at 126. The freshman notches the win here tonight without an opponent. Meanwhile, at 132 pounds, wrestling for the Chiefs will be DAyton Reagan. Reagan is a sophomore. Toby Hamilton will wrestle for Wenatchee. He is a senior. At 138 pounds, Steven Jackson will go for the Moses Lake Chiefs. Steven is a junior, and he'll go up against the junior Bryant Witherington for Wenatchee. At 145 pounds tonight, Joshua Grubb for Moses Lake will wrestle against Leo Enciso. Grubb is a junior, and Enciso is just a freshman. The 152-pound bout here tonight will be Derek Grubb for Moses Lake. He is a senior, and he'll go up against Trenton Miller, a junior, for the Wenatchee Panthers. The 160-pound match tonight will be Cody Byers for Moses Lake. He is a junior. He'll go up against Joe Skyleman, who's a sophomore, for the Wenatchee Panthers. That's our 160-pound match here tonight. Tyler Skyleman is slated to wrestle here for the Panthers at 170 pounds against Brock Clark. Clark is a junior, Skyleman a senior. At 182 pounds, it's Marcus Duvall of Moses Lake. Duvall is a senior. He'll go up against Dane Russ, the senior for Wenatchee. The 195-pound match tonight will be Joey Freidig of Moses Lake, and he'll wrestle against Jesus Segovia, the senior for the Wenatchee Panthers. Meanwhile, at 220 pounds, it'll be Albert Moran for the Moses Lake Chiefs against senior Evan Burdan. Moran, by the way, is a junior. This should be a good one. Evan Burdan, one of the best wrestlers in the state of Washington. And the super heavyweight bout here tonight will be featuring a senior and a junior, Sal Villa, for Moses Lake. He has lots of state experience, expected to go there again this year. And the 285-pounder for the Wenatchee Panthers, junior Vincent Goforth. The coach is Jaime Garza for the Moses Lake Chiefs. He is assisted by a ton of folks. Jose Tanguma, who's a former wrestler for him, Brandon Cruz, Jim Neal, Frankie Torres, and also Lucas Garza. The Panther assistants Dustin Fisher, Dave Jagla, and Luis Perez. So the first bout of the night is a forfeit, as we mentioned, and so it will give 16 points to Moses Lake right out of the gate at 106 pounds. So they are up in the match already 6-0 before we even really get going here. Meanwhile, at 113 pounds, it'll be Drayden Gaither for the Chiefs against D'Angelo Negrete for the Wenatchee Panthers. Two freshmen wrestling in our first match of combatants here on the mat here at Wenatchee High School tonight. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel, also streaming on our website at ncwlife.com and on our Facebook page. Jaime Garza in the Moses Lake program is very strong once again, as always. Expected to be one of the top teams in the Big Nine, let alone the state of Washington. Good job getting that left hand on the single leg by Gaither. And he'll get the takedown and nearly got some near fall points on top of it. But he'll jump to the early lead here 2-0. Trying to go for that left-handed half. Meanwhile, on the bottom is Negrete. Trying to fight off that attempt at the half Nelson. Gaither will work again here. First round scheduled for 3. Each round 2 minutes. Each wrestler gets an amount of time for any injuries or blood or anything like that. I think it's 1.5 minutes for the whole match. And they keep track of that here on the scorers table. Pretty decent crowd on hand here tonight at Wenatchee High School, as you'll hear in the background. And, of course, you'll hear the coaching staffs for both sides. As he got that arm barred up here, does Gaither against Negrete, but then Negrete does a good job getting to his base. 28 seconds left here in the first round. 2-0, the Chiefs, Drayden Gaither on top, both literally and on the scoreboard. Now he's trying to get that near side cradle, and Negrete turned into it. Wrestler on the bottom, and they try to get that near side cradle. You want to turn away from it. Negrete almost made a big mistake there. Another arm bar for Gaither, but he is not in the best position as Negrete gets to his base, and that'll be the end of our first round here, with Gaither on top by a score of 2-0. Again, our match score is 6-0. It doesn't say that on the scoreboard here, so trying to help Matthew Baxter back in the studios. The team score should be 6-0. Moses Lake, and the match score for this 113-pound match between Drayden Gaither of Moses Lake and D'Angelo Negrete of Wenatchee is 2-0, the Chiefs wrestler on top. So they've got a different count on the blood time. So it's 5 minutes for blood and 1.5 minutes for injury. Now with the blood also comes the necessity to clean up the mat as best as possible. I'll tell you, wrestling, there was a lot of folks that were really worried about this sport here in the state of Washington this past year, with COVID shutting it down for an entire year, and then all of the COVID restrictions and protocols that the wrestlers are having to go through in order to just compete here. testing, social distancing, everything else. That's why the wrestlers out on the mat are able to go without a mask, because they've all been tested on a weekly basis. So both wrestlers up to start the second round in this 113-pound match here tonight. This is our first wrestling match broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel since early January of 2020, so it's been a long time for us as well. Again, reaching down, looking for the single leg. Meanwhile, nice job of defending there by Negrete. Gaither thought about a throw, but Negrete also was in a position to possibly do a throw as well. And we've got the official calling a timeout. Mouthpiece came out, and so stopped it. Our official again tonight for the match is Cody Eilers. 6-0 Moses Lake on top. Now I see the team score correct on our scoreboard here at Wenatchee High School. Negrete trying to get position, spinning. A lot of hollering and gyrations happening from the coaching staff on either side of the mat here at Wenatchee High School. D'Angelo in good position here. Can he get the hips covered? If he can, he'll get a takedown. But he was not quite in position, so he spins around, and then both wrestlers back on their feet. Under 30 seconds left. And a good shot here by Gaither. Doesn't have control yet. Now he finally, the official says, 2-point takedown for Gaither. For Moses Lake, he's up 4-0. Gaither had a chance to reach up for the head. Let's see if he goes with a half. No. He'll let Negrete get around to his base here with 6 seconds left in the second round. Negrete trying to get to his base, but both wrestlers exhausted at this point. So it is the choice of Negrete, the Wenatchee wrestler, and he'll choose both wrestlers up, trailing at 4-0. So he's got to get a takedown and a near fall as he's down by 4. Another single leg opportunity here for Gaither. And he'll throw Negrete to the mat and get the 2-point takedown. It's a 6-0 lead for Drayton Gaither. Gaither works that half in from the right side this time. And a nice job by Negrete arcing his back away from the pressure. Gaither tried to shoot the other side. Now we'll use that arm as a lever point and try to get that half in deep, but a good job by Negrete to deny it with 1:14 left here in the match. 6-0. A lot of work here for Negrete if he wants to have a shot at this one. But right now on the bottom with Gaither in control. Now Gaither will just turn him loose. So it's 6-1. First point for Negrete. Negrete's got to look for a throw here. And he's got to do it quick. 50 seconds left in the match. Gaither, meanwhile, looked like he was looking for a throw. Both wrestlers, all their muscles on fire right now, sucking all the air they possibly can as they reach the third round of this match. Gaither has a chance for another takedown, but Negrete grabbed his leg. Now Gaither got the other leg behind Negrete. He gets the 2-point takedown. 8-1 the score with 20 seconds left. Well, good work by Drayton Gaither here in this one. As the wrestler from Moses Lake with 7 seconds left, looks like he's going to win this match at 113 pounds and hand his team a little more to the advantage in the team score, and that will be it. 8-0 the final score. So a win for Drayton Gaither for the Moses Lake Chiefs. And that'll give the Chiefs 3 more team points, and that will make it a 9-0 score here, right here. As we'll head to the 120-pound match. That, for the Moses Lake Chiefs, will feature Jayro Guzman, the freshman, against also a freshman for Wenatchee, Leonardo Salgado. Salgado for Wenatchee. Guzman for Moses Lake. Probably in this light, you can't tell the real difference between the colors and the singlets. Wenatchee with kind of a faded purple. Meanwhile, the Moses Lake Chiefs with their burgundy trimmed in yellow and white. Salgado for the Panthers, kind of keeping the center of the mat to his back. And Guzman circling around outside that center circle. Half minute in, no points yet. A little shot attempt by Guzman, but countered by Salgado. Both wrestlers feeling each other out here on what the other would like to try to attempt, and then you got to be ready for the counter. And a throw and head and arm, and he's got him to the ground, and he's looking for the pin. That is Jayro Guzman with the 2-point takedown and looking for more. He's got the arm, he's got the head. If he could just bend his back a little bit more, he's got a lot of time to get this pin. 42 seconds. Salgado doing all he can to try to keep that right shoulder blade off the mat. And there's the pin. The pin comes 1:30 into the match, as Jayro Guzman defeats Leonardo Salgado by fall at the 1:30 mark. Jackson Carlos will also get 6 points for the Chiefs here with a forfeit. So quickly, Moses Lake will jump out to a 21-0 lead here in the team scoring. And we'll head to the 132-pound match. It'll be DAyton Reagan, sophomore for Moses Lake, against Toby Hamilton, the senior for Wenatchee. Panthers trying to get off the schneid here on the scorecard this evening. Shot quickly by Reagan. He'll go with the elevator and get the 2-point takedown. Hamilton with a wide base. Now sinking a leg in is Reagan. Boy, you could quickly tell some of these wrestlers if they've done some freestyle. And both wrestlers go out of bounds and they untangle their limbs, and we'll head back to center circle with Hamilton on the bottom. Fast action here at 132 pounds. Hamilton quickly springs to his feet, giving chase is Reagan. Reagan cuts him back down to the mat. Now tries to go to work. He'll sink that. Well, he tried to sink the leg in, but again, Hamilton with a good counter on the bottom. Hamilton with the hand fight and tossing him to the mat carefully was Reagan. Officials out there have to keep a close eye on any of those tosses. Now, a 1-point escape for Hamilton. 2-1 our score. 21-0 our team score. Moses Lake in charge here in the early going. We're up to the 132-pound match. We started at 106 pounds. DAyton Reagan for Moses Lake. Toby Hamilton for Wenatchee. Under a minute to go here in round number 1. A shot by Reagan. The counter by Hamilton. Good hand fight by Reagan. Both wrestlers back to their feet. And again, a deep shot, that time with a single leg. Reagan trying to lift it up again while Hamilton tries to counter. Hand fighting. He's going for the trip. Actually went for a kick there. And now the shove, and now they both go out of bounds, and no advantage gain, no takedown, both wrestlers on their feet. This is about the point of the first round where you start begging for a little 0-2. 20 seconds left in the first round. Hamilton, hand fighting. Both wrestlers head to head, noggin to noggin. Reagan trying to feel him out, see if he can get one more throw. 5 seconds left in the round. Hamilton with the counter. And that's going to be the end of round number 1 with DAyton Reagan on top of Toby Hamilton by a score of 2-1. Close one here. Reagan will be down to start the second round. So this will be the first time we'll see Hamilton work from the upper position. Whistle sounds from our referee tonight, Cody Eilers. Reagan to his feet. Hamilton follows, cuts him back down, breaks him back down. Now trying to work maybe an arm bar on that left side. Didn't happen. Reagan back to his base. Hamilton with a wrist ride from above. Just got to watch your weight there. Make sure you don't get too high. Reagan looked like he wanted to sit into Hamilton. Now back to his feet. Hand fight, hand fight, hand fight, and a trip attempt, and then he lost his grip. And a one-point escape. 3-1 to score with Reagan on top. Reagan with a shot. Good counter by Hamilton. Kicked that foot out just in time. Reagan trying to set up the next move. Got that leg again. The single leg is nicely done. And Hamilton doing a good job of combating that by taking that leg and sticking it right between the feet of the wrestler who has the leg. That way they can't elevate it and get it high and get you shoved over off your balance. 42 seconds left in the period. 3-1 to score. Reagan for Moses Lake leading Hamilton of Wenatchee. Shoved by Hamilton. Was not able to follow and cover the hips, however. Under 20 seconds left in the frame. And a deep shot. And all the way through the wickets is Reagan. Hamilton trying to hold on for dear life and not give up the advantage here and not give up another 2-point takedown. And the official's going to say stalemate. Both wrestlers could not get much of an advantage for where they were, so they'll both head back to their feet. Oh, nearly a fireman. Shot there by Hamilton. 3-1 to score. Now so Moses Lake, I think. No, okay. So the choice was to Wenatchee's Hamilton. So he chooses down. So he's quickly to his feet. And he's close to being in an escape situation here. Watch that knee. Watch the knee. Watch the knee for safety here. As it's bent awkwardly by the wrestler on the bottom. And they're going to say, yeah, that's a dangerous hold. So no points. But if Reagan does that again, he will give up a point. 3-1 the score here. Hamilton trailing. And now we're going to get a caution on the upper wrestler. And the official blows his whistle. Again, Hamilton quickly to his feet. And got away. It's a 3-2 match with 1:35 to go. Shot again deep by Reagan, but he lost it. Now Hamilton, crossface. He's got the far side cradle if he can get the advantage here, but he's going to keep that head in because Reagan, if he pulls his head out, will get the 2-point takedown, and he does. 5-2 the score with 1:13 to go. A nice idea by Hamilton, but he was not able to complete the move. Now Hamilton has to watch out for points. Near fall, sit out, turn around. He's got both legs and the turnaround, and he's got a cradle possibly with 52 seconds left. He does have the cradle. He's got the 2-point reversal. It's a 5-4 match. Reagan still leads it by 1. Hamilton trying to keep that cradle, but a good job of countering by Reagan, who reached out, grabbed the leg. Now he's got to try to crowd Hamilton. Reagan holding on for dear life, trying to make a tip here with 20 seconds to go. Trailing it by now, they're going to call a stalemate. $19 seconds left, 5-4 the score. And a 1-point escape is going to be given here to the Moses Lake wrestler at the choice of Hamilton. So Hamilton's got to get a takedown in the final 15 seconds. Coaching staff for Wenatchee, Carlos Anime having him give up the escape, thinking maybe he could get the takedown, but instead it's going to be the chief wrestler who gets the takedown and the near fall with 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, and a pin. They're going to say a fall in the final seconds of the match. Wow, what a match that was at 132 pounds. Winner by fall. Right now, anyway. Carlos Adamy comes over, talks to the officials, saying, wait a minute, I thought the time ran out before the fall, but no. They're going to say the fall will stand. 5 minutes and 59 seconds into the match. So as late as you possibly could do it, that's what DAyton Reagan is able to do here. So we'll go to the 138-pound match. It'll be Stephen Jackson, the junior for Moses Lake, against Brian Witherington, the junior for the Wenatchee Panthers. 138 pounds. All Moses Lake so far in the team score 27-0. Panthers on the offensive here with Witherington. Bryant Witherington. You got two guys out there, 138 pounds, and built much differently in that 138-pound classification. Jackson with a deep shot. They're going to give him the 2-point takedown. As he will cover the hips, try to look for the head, try to look for the cradle. Can't do it. Up to his feet, meanwhile, Witherington. He'll turn. Push off. Meanwhile, with control of the leg is Jackson. He'll go out of bounds, and both wrestlers will maintain their current position. Witherington on the bottom. 2-0 the score. 1:09 to go here in the first. Whistle sounds. Jackson tries to get a leg in. Witherington gets to his feet and trying to escape, can't do it. He's got a good first move. He's quick to his feet is Witherington. Now it's just getting that first move and the second move, one right after another. Witherington tries to sit out this time. Now gets to his feet. Hand fighting, and tripping him nicely is Jackson to get him down to the mat again. And we're going to get an illegal hold here. Or a dangerous hold, I should say. So the whistle sounds. Jackson on top, Witherington on the bottom with 51 seconds left here in round number one. 27-0 Chiefs on top here. Winning 2 by forfeits, 2 by fall, and 1 decision. That's been the night so far if you're just joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We're live at Wenatchee High School with Big 9 Wrestling tonight. This is our 138-pound match. Stephen Jackson out there from Moses Lake. Bryant Witherington for Wenatchee. Wrestlers go out of bounds again, and Witherington will remain on the bottom. Hard to believe when I did the math before the match here tonight that the last time we had a state championship, February 22nd, 2020, 661 days ago. Even longer than that for us to be broadcasting wrestling here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We are glad to have it back. And we are glad that these wrestlers give up so much so that they could entertain us. And it's an individual sport that has a team element to it, unlike any other. Witherington was close to making a reversal there, but the official says nope, still both wrestlers down. 5 seconds left here in round number one. Again, Witherington quickly tries to explode to his feet, but that's going to be the end of round number one. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. It's open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Got the hiccups. Charter College also sponsoring our broadcast. They work to get you to work. Find out about how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality. Also by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. So as we head to the second round in this one at 138 pounds, Stephen Jackson will be on the bottom and Bryant Witherington on the top. Jackson quickly to his feet. Witherington chases after him. He's got his hands wrapped up around his waist, but then a fight and then a one-point escape. So it's a 3-0 lead here for Jackson. Tall, wiry, 138-pounder against the stockier-built Witherington for Wenatchee. Shot by Jackson. Gets in deep, has both legs. The counter by Witherington. Jackson trying to crowd, but he's got his head between his legs. Meanwhile, Witherington reaches down and tries to reach for that leg. Jackson's so much longer body than Witherington. It makes it a little tougher for him to reach and find those legs. Now we're going to get a stalemate called, and both wrestlers will be back to their feet. Jackson with a heavy pant, trying to gulp in some oxygen here at Wenatchee High School. 1:10 left here in the second round. Jackson leading it 3-0 over Witherington. And a stall warning whistled on there, not whistled, but given to the Moses Lake wrestler for backing up. There's a big, deep shot and a toss and a 2-point takedown for Bryant Witherington. It looked like he was going to have more than that with a possible near fall attempt, but now Jackson back to his feet. You got to watch out here as he sticks a leg in on the ride. Now the hand fight as they are near the edge of the ring. Jackson works it back to the center, trip attempt, and now we're going to get a stall warning on Wenatchee's wrestler, Bryant Witherington. .27 seconds left here in round number 2. 3-2 the score. Jackson leading Witherington. So again, for the second time here tonight, Carlos Anabe has told his wrestler to give up a point. Meanwhile, a deep shot for Jackson here. This theory may have backfired for the Wenatchee wrestler. Thinking possibly that Witherington might be able to gain ground with a 2-point takedown, tie the matchup. 8 seconds left, and both wrestlers in a stalemate, so we'll wrestle from our feet once again. And again, Stephen Jackson looks exhausted out there. Bryant Witherington also gasping for air here with 5 seconds left in the second. In a 4-2 match. That will be the end of that round as we'll head to round number 3. So Witherington will say he wants both wrestlers up again. And they'll face each other's benches, or their own bench, I should say, as we get ready for this third round. Single leg here for Witherington. The counter, and countering right to his own back is Jackson. 2-point takedown and maybe some near fall points coming up for Bryant Witherington. Trying to give Wenatchee their first team points of the night. And we're going to get a whistle called and an injury timeout here, and a timeout injury for the Moses Lake wrestler as Stephen Jackson was gasping for air and couldn't breathe. Meanwhile, it is a 3-point near fall given to Witherington. So he got the 2-point takedown and the 3-point near fall. He now leads at 7-4 for Wenatchee. The team staff comes out to the medical staff for Wenatchee High School to check on Mr. Jackson. Our broadcast tonight here in the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Laura Mounter Real Estate, voted world's best realtor in the Valley for 2021. Appreciate you joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel. Many matches still to come here tonight. As this one, Bryant Witherington has suddenly taken a lead here in the third after trailing throughout to Stephen Jackson. Okay, they fixed the score, so now it's 9-4. 9-4, Witherington leading it. And the whistle sounds, so Witherington is going to be giving up a point here with locking hands on the mat. And we're going to get a whistle before Witherington can get this move all the way sunk in. And a 1 point given to the Moses Lake wrestler Stephen Jackson, so now it's 9-5. Not much wiggle room here for Witherington with 1:20 to go. Trying to stand up was Jackson. Witherington counters, breaks him back down to the mat. Witherington trying to work that arm bar on the right side. Meanwhile, sitting out on his base is Jackson. Cross face for Witherington. Boy, it's tough to wrestle a long-bodied wrestler like that, but he's got the cradle in. Far side was able to tip him, but no points. And now, one leg gathered in by Jackson, trying to get the reversal. 48 seconds left. Both wrestlers have been issued a stall warning in this one, so the next stall will give a point to the other side, but instead it is a stalemate, and Jackson will remain down. Carlos Adamy, the head coach for Wenatchee, taking over for Ed Valdez. Hollers out his instructions, and now the whistle sounds. Switching up his adjustment here, now going for the far side cradle is Witherington. To his base is Jackson. Look out, he's sticking that knee in, got the tip, but not enough for points. 25 seconds left. And no, they will give 2 points on a near fall. Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't think he had it for that long on exposure to the mat, but the official says he did. So it's 11-5 for Witherington. Taking Jackson back down to the mat. Now trying to tip him one more time. Gets the half Nelson in. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. Looking for the pin, and he won't get it, but he will get more near fall points. 3 near fall points, so he wins it. 14-5, the first win for Wenatchee on the night. So Wenatchee gets 14 points for the effort. Our next match at 145 pounds features Joshua Grubb for Moses Lake, a junior, and Leo Enciso for Wenatchee. He's a freshman. Leo Enciso on your near side to the television to the left, and Joshua Grubb to the right. You've got two Grubb brothers wrestling at these next two weights at 145 and 152 tonight. Here's a 2-point takedown for Grubb. Enciso trying to get back to his base. He does. And Enciso gets to his feet. Hand fighting and then tossing him down as Grubb, holding on to one of those wrists as he goes. Trying to work it. Look for a possible arm bar as he crosses underneath of him. And a good job by Enciso denying that underneath. 2-0 to score. Grubb on top. Now he's got that half Nelson in, and he's going to get him turned. He's going to get near fall points. Good job of countering by Enciso. Let's see if he can stay off his back here. No. Here comes Grubb looking for the pin. He's got a lot of time to work it. 51 seconds. Gets that half in again. A 3-point near fall. It's a 5-0 match right now. Enciso just trying to get off his back and not get pinned. Another 3-point near fall for Grubb. He leads it 8, or make that 7-0. Now he's got the arm bar. Going to try to work that around. 25 seconds left here in round number 1. A tough one for Enciso. 2-point near fall. Make it 9-0. Joshua Grubb showing his experience, the junior from Moses Lake. Grubb's got him covered all the way around. Now he's got the half in again with 2 seconds with the one. That'll be the end of round number 1, 9-0. Joshua Grubb on top of Leo Enciso. Our broadcast brought to you by Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. (27-4) our team score. Moses Lake on top after winning the first 6 matches in a row. Bryant Witherington changing that pace, but Joshua Grubb off to a good start here as he will start on top in this second round against the freshman Leo Enciso for Wenatchee. Grubb works both the bottom half and top half at the same time. Now he's got that half in again. And he will get exposure points, I think. Yes, possibly. Nope, they're going to hang on to it, does the official, and look for more points out of the same hold. Cody Eilers, again, is our official here tonight. This is our 145-pound match. And as long as you hold on to that same hold, now they'll give a 3-point near fall to Grubb. So it's 12-0 with 1:05 to go here in this second round. And a reversal for Enciso. Nice job there for the young wrestler for Wenatchee. He's looking for the far side cradle. And it was a little bit off kilter there. Grubb, meanwhile, trying to counter for his mistake and will get the reversal, and no. Yes, just a 2-point reversal. So it's 14-2. Wild one here at 145 pounds. 30 seconds left in the second. And now a roll by Enciso. And a half shot by Grubb looking for a pin with 24 seconds left in the round. Enciso's done a good job battling from the bottom here throughout most of this match. And now Grubb looking for the pin, looking for the finish. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And he got it with 4 seconds left here in round number 2. The third fall of the night for the Moses Lake Chiefs will come at the 3:56 mark of the match. And we'll give Moses Lake a 33-4 lead as we head to the 152-pound match. Senior Derek Grubb will go up against junior Trenton Miller. That's our matchup here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Trenton Miller for Wenatchee. Derek Grubb for Moses Lake, who just saw his brother win by fall over Leo Enciso. Shot here taken by Grubb, counter by Miller. Miller looking for the lift. Looking for the throw possibly, and he's got to be careful. Watch his balance, watch your balance, and both wrestlers are even. Well, you get these middleweights, and it is fun to watch. You get two wrestlers like this that are built very similarly. Both are not shy about getting in the weight room. And it is a battle of wills. You got two wrestlers also that are proficient in moves and counter moves. Minute 10 left in the first round. Both wrestlers hand fighting, trying to gain the advantage. And a pull and a shove by Grubb. Shot by Grubb, counter by Miller. Back to their feet again. You see these Moses Lake wrestlers, they are aggressive on making the shots, trying to get those singles, double legs. And a shot by Grubb, and he's going to get the 2-point takedown. Counter by Miller, attempt at the throw, but he just could not get enough of Derek Grubb. Now Grubb trying to pull him towards him. Grubb is up awfully high. Miller now he's got that arm barred up with 10 seconds left here in first round. Then he tries to roll, then he'll pull him back, and no exposure points, but Miller will grab and cover. Will he get the 2? No! Yeah, 1-point escape. 1-point escape right at the buzzer. So it's a 2-1 contest with Miller trailing. We've got blood timeout for Miller. So they will start the blood clock here for Trenton Miller. By the way, coming up this Saturday, we'll be at Eastmont High School for Big Nine basketball here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Grant Olson and I will bring you the action as Moses Lake and Eastmont do battle. First in the girls' action at 4:30. That'll be followed by the boys at 7:15. It's all right here this Saturday on the NCWLIFE Channel. Then we're going to take some time off for the holidays, and hopefully you get a chance to spend some time with friends and family and loved ones. And we'll come back at you January 4th at the Town Toyota Center, Eastmont and Wenatchee. Boys and girls basketball here on your local station, the NCWLIFE Channel. So Trenton Miller up top as they stop the blood clock. And hold on, the official didn't check the score clock yet before they started it. So the blood clock was still up on the score clock, so they didn't reset the mat clock as far as the match is concerned. So now the coaching staff for Moses Lake comes over because Grubb was awfully close to at least getting an escape, if not a reversal, according to the perspective of the Moses Lake coaches. As now we get things ready to go to start round number 2. And here is a sit-out and a turnaround. And a not reversal yet, as Miller still had the leg. And now they're going to give the 2-point reversal. And look out, Grubb's got the cradle trying to tip him. Trenton Miller with a reversal. 2 points. 4-3. Grubb by 1 with a minute and a half left here in the second. This one I think might come right down to the wire. And maybe who makes the mistake. And a beautiful move there by Trenton Miller. But the official says out of bounds before it could be made. So both wrestlers thought they were on their feet. Grubb is down. Miller on top. Minute 27 to go here in round number 2. Miller changes from right to left and then back to right again. As Grubb just kind of flattens out on the bottom. Now he gets up to his base, and Miller gets a little too high, and he's reversed and taken right to his back. Trouble here for Trenton Miller in this second round as Grubb's looking for the pin on a mistake by Trenton Miller. Now he's going to get that half in and try to crank that head up. Miller's on his base, however, so we're going to get a 2-point near fall or a 2-point reversal and a near fall and a 2-point reversal and a near fall here for Miller. Back and forth we go with 43 seconds to go here in round number 2. As Miller puts Grubb back into play here, they go out of bounds. Let's see. 3-point near fall given to Miller as well. I think it's a 9-8 contest. Grubb up by 1. And we've got a timeout again for either blood or an injury, possibly an injury to Grubb. Injury timeout. So we got to start that on the clock for the Moses Lake wrestler. So Derek Grubb, I mean, what a match, huh? Oh, fun one here. Last time I think we did a match at Wenatchee High School. I believe my dad was at my side, longtime wrestling coach and official here in the state of Washington. We hail from the Cedar-Woolley area, which used to be a big-time wrestling community. I don't know if it is so much anymore. Living off the memories more than it is really anything right now. Moses Lake, of course, a long, storied history of state competitiveness. Also up the river here a little bit, Cashmere back in the day. Team championships. A lot of individual championships here from Eastern Washington. So we had a blood timeout for Miller and a injury timeout for Grubb. So I don't know how you keep track of those simultaneously. I guess you just watch your wristwatch. Does anybody have a wristwatch anymore? My daughter keeps giving me a bad time saying, Dad, just look at your phone. So 9-8 is the score. Grubb still up by 1. Carlos Adamy wants to have a word with the official to make sure that the scoring is correct. Again, our official is Cody Eilers, as he is describing what he saw to the coach. And so now they have further discussion here at the scores table. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by One Way Construction. Your project, your way. Find them online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Also by Rivercom 911. Rivercom is hiring today. See what a career as a telecommunicator can do for you and what you can do for your community. Go to rivercom911.org and apply today. So the conversation still continues here at the scorers table. According to Carlos Adamy, the Wenatchee coach, he thinks the score should be tied. I think they got it right. But then again, that was a lot of fast action there. Because there was a lot of activity. There was a reversal. There was a near fall. There was a reversal and a near fall. So there was, 6, 5, there's about 10 points that exchanged there in about 35 seconds. So they want to make sure it's right. They are near me, and they are near the microphone, but I don't think we want to stick that in there right now. Okay, so they're going to change the score and say it's 8-8, tie match. And it will be Jackson working from the bottom here with 36 seconds left in round number 2. We're at 138 pounds. And Jackson got to his feet, but then taking him back down, Grubb and Miller. There we go, Grubb and Miller. Grubb got to his feet, Miller took him back down. Trenton still working from the top here with 15 seconds left in the second round. We've had blood timeout a couple of times for Trenton Miller here in this one, and an injury timeout for Derek Grubb. Grubb back to his feet with 3 seconds, with 2 seconds, with 1. No, they say there is no points given to either wrestler. Grubb very close to taking the lead in the match, but it is tied at 8. As we head to the third round, and Trenton Miller will choose down. So now Derek Grubb will take the up position. Miller sits out. That's dangerous, but he gets to his feet. He'll take the lead, 9-8. A long way to go in this one. It might be a throw to finish this one out. The move by Grubb. He's got the cradle in while they're on their feet, and they both go out of bounds. Miller with the head play. Got behind the leg, trying to keep the arm, trying to get him broken down. Coach Adamy saying that's a takedown. No, says the official. Now the crowd, and will we have a takedown here for Grubb? We do, because he's giving near fall points. So a 2-point takedown. It's a 10-9 lead for Grubb, and we're going to get a 2-point near fall. And we've got a blood timeout again here for Trenton Miller. With 1:16 to go, Grubb has taken a 12-9 lead. Coverage on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Also by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. So Derek Grubb of Moses Lake leading this 152-pound match, 12-9. A battle of attrition now as Trenton Miller for Wenatchee gets tended to on the far side for blood out of his nose. I think it's out of his nose. He was wiping his lower lip a moment ago, so we'll see. They must be keeping track of the blood timeout here at the scores table and not on the scoreboard itself. I think it's a total of 5 minutes in a match for blood time. I got a plug in the left nostril of Trenton Miller. So Miller back, and he will be down here. And as he's down on the scoreboard as well by 3 points with 1:16 to go. So the Moses Lake wrestler gave up a 1-point escape here, and both wrestlers will be on their feet. So it's a 12-10 match with 1:10 to go. So it's going to come down to a takedown again here. Grubb got kind of poked in the right eye, inadvertently by Miller. Miller crowds him now at the edge of the mat. And now the 2-point takedown right to the back by Trenton Miller. Or Grubb with the throwdown, and Grubb looking for the pin, and he gets it. Derek Grubb with the pin with 47 seconds left here in round number 3. So fall at 5:13 of the match puts Moses Lake in charge here at 39-4. And we'll head to 160 pounds, and it will be junior Cody Byers for Moses Lake against Joe Skyleman, the sophomore for Wenatchee. So underway here in our 160-pound match here tonight. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Byers is a junior, Skyleman a sophomore. Skyleman, much lankier wrestler than his opposition here out on the mat at 160 pounds. We'll get two Skylemans wrestling back-to-back for the Wenatchee Panthers here at 160 and at 170. Tyler coming up next. And Joe reaches up, grabs a handful of the head of his opponent, Cody Byers. Looking for the snap down possibly as both wrestlers go out of bounds. Shock of hair comes out of the headset for Skyleman, covers his face. Shot by Byers deep, has the single leg. Skyleman trying to counter here as he sprawls out and then reaches down and tries to crossface the wrestler underneath. And he lets go of the single leg, and so it's a 2-point takedown here for Skyleman. So Joe leads it 2-0. Joe puts the forearm in the back of the head of Myers. Tries to wrist ride and get him broken off of his base and down on the mat. Now looking to hold on to that wrist, bring it out to the side. And now he'll try to either bring it back around for an armbar. Now cross face. Maybe looking for the far side cradle. 5 seconds left in round number 1. And that is where it will end with Joe Skyleman leading Cody Byers by a score of 2-0 here on the NCWLIFE Channel. So Byers will defer. It will be Skylerman's choice, and Joe will take down here to start round number 2. Skylerman just waits to see what Byers is going to do. And Byers nearly took himself to his own back. But he'll turn and be able to maintain position on top. Cody Byers for Moses Lake, trailing Joe Skylerman for Wenatchee. 2-0 here, trying to work from the top. Skylerman probably is about 4 or 5 inches taller than Cody Byers. Skylerman just keeping a strong base on the bottom. Meanwhile, leg in on a ride by the wrestler on top. Meanwhile, he's trying to work the arms. Now sticks that leg in again. Meanwhile, he's up awfully high. Skylerman, with a chance, but he can't get him shook off the top of his body. 53 seconds here in round number 2. Again, Byers up high again. Skylerman, if he could reach up and grab the head, might be able to pull him over, but no. Byers able to settle back again and break the legs down of Joe Skylerman. Byers tried that far side half, couldn't get it. Skylerman back to his base. Again, he'll put the legs in and break down Skylerman one more time with 14 seconds left here in round number 2. So basically just stalemate here for this entire round. Skylerman using a lot of energy on the bottom with Byers, his own weight, and Byers' weight on top of him. And that will be the end of the second round with a 2-0 lead here for Joe Skylerman. So now the discussion for Jaime Garza and the coaching staff for Moses Lake is what Cody wants to do. He'll have the choice to start this third round. So we will see Skylerman work from above while Byers will take the down position. Whistle sounds. Granby roll attempt here by Byers and a good counter by Skylerman. Good base by Byers. Skylerman trying to reach down, grab a hold of a leg possibly. Skylerman's in the lead here, 2-0. Byers trying to figure out a way to get out of there. With 1:23 to go here in the third, but Skylerman's got to work from up top. He's got to try a move, or else a stall warning will come. Byers sits into Skylerman, and then both wrestlers collapse to the mat once again. Under a minute to go. One mistake can be the difference in this one. Joe Skylerman trying to win the second head-to-head of the night here for the Wenatchee Panthers. Byers tried to skitter his way out from underneath the pressure of Joe Skylerman. Cody Byers has 36 seconds to try to figure out this 2-point deficit. He will try to stand up. That doesn't work. Now Skylerman trying for the far side cradle. The official looking in to see maybe if a stalemate is worth the call here. Again, Skylerman trying to get that far side cradle. Does he have the hands locked up? Looks like he does. Now if he could just get him tipped. No, Byers will crowd him and nearly get the reversal. Skylerman's got to watch his weight here with 1 second left in the match, and that will be it. And wow, 2-0 our final score here as Joe Skylerman will get the victory over Cody Byers. Give Wenatchee their second set of team points here. Tyler Skyleman, by the way, also has a forfeit, so Wenatchee will gather up some points quickly. As Wenatchee gets 3 points from Joe Skyleman, they'll get 6 points from Tyler's forfeit at 170 pounds, I believe. Now, they originally had Brock Clark wrestling against Tyler Skyleman at 170 pounds. But the Moses Lake coaching staff said they were going to move Brock Clark to 182 and give Skyleman a forfeit. And that looks like it'll be the case here. Okay, so it will be a forfeit. So Wenatchee now with 13 points, team-wise, to 39 for Moses Lake. That'll bring up our 182-pound match, and that will be Brock Clark, the junior for Moses Lake, against Dane Russ, the senior for Wenatchee. Dane used to work for us for a short time as a videographer here at the NCWLIFE Channel. Helped us cover a couple of graduation ceremonies. Good to see Dane out here wrestling for the Wenatchee Panthers against a very tough opponent here tonight at 182 pounds in Brock Clark. If you think that name, Brock Clark, sounds familiar from Moses Lake football, you should. He is their quarterback. Well-built individual wrestling at 182 pounds. Dane will shoot. Clark will counter. Clark will grab the leg, try to crawl around, get the advantage. Doesn't right now. Clark has the arm and the head. He's maybe looking for not only the takedown, but right to Dane Russ's back. He does get the 2-point takedown, does Brock Clark. Dane Russ on the bottom for Wenatchee. And Brock Clark has that arm sort of. The official's going to watch it and make sure he doesn't bend it awkwardly here. Oh, look out, look out, look out. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Little chicken wing there for Dane Russ. It's one thing to bar that arm up. It's another thing to get that shoulder cranked in a way that is unhealthy for the joint. 2-0 the score, 22 seconds left in round number 1. Dane tries to hustle to his feet. Clark follows. Clark a little bit high. Dane fighting from the bottom here for Wenatchee. Sits out. Clark trying to crowd and follow and maybe pull him back right to him and back to his back, but it won't happen before the period comes to an end. 2-0 the score. Brock Clark leading Dane Russ here at 182 pounds. Four wins by pin here tonight for Moses Lake. They've also been the recipient of a couple of forfeits. Wenatchee also the recipient of a forfeit. 39-13 our score on the team side. Clock starts from the bottom here in round number 2, and now Russ will toss him down to the mats, drawing the oohs and ahs from the Wenatchee crowd here at Wenatchee High School. Clark tries to sit out, but he's got one arm trailing behind him, and now Russ has that arm. Well, I had it for a moment. And now Dane Russ trying to get a half Nelson in. Had it for a second, but then Clark with a good counter. Turns away from the half. Reaches up, pulled that hand off the back of his head. Now sitting out. And looking for the reversal is Brock Clark, but Russ able to follow the hips and maintain control. Under a minute to go here in this round. Russ has that arm behind the back, trying to reach around and get the hammerlock in. Russ was a little bit too high, so he'll adjust his hips here with 27 seconds left in the second round. Trailing it by a score of 2-0. Brock Clark, now he's got the half in. Can he turn him? Clark comes up to his base. That's what you want to do as a wrestler if you get that half in. Turn away, reach up, pull the hand down, try to get back up to your base. Cross face for Russ. 3 seconds left here in the period, so Brock Clark did a good job underneath of just keeping it right where it is at a 2-0 lead for the Moses Lake wrestler. So Russ, who has the choice here in round number 3, will choose the top once again. Maybe feeling he was close to getting some near fall points from the top position. Whistle sounds. Clark tried to sit out and turned right into Russ, and Russ was able to counter. Now he's trying to post that hand up again. Boy, that's a tough move, especially at this weight at 182 pounds, but he got it, and he's looking for the pin. DAyton Russ, near fall points, and takes the lead suddenly 3-2 over Brock Clark. Now looking for the far side cradle. He's got that in. Tips him over, but lost the head. Look out, young man. Don't pull him on top of you. Clark with a counter. Minute 12 to go in this one. How about DAyton Russ? The senior for Wenatchee, leading the junior for Moses Lake. Russ had that half in again, but Clark did a good job of countering from below. Russ, again, we get a stall warning, is called here on the Moses Lake wrestler. Clark has got to try to do something. And now he's got that arm again hammered up behind his back. Let's see if he can try to tip him one more time. 36 seconds left here in the match. DAyton Russ doing a good job keeping his body on top of Brock Clark. Clark working from the bottom here, can't do much. And now he's going to try to turn him one more time. He's got the arm, but Clark is able to wrestle it free. 15 seconds left here in the match. 3-2, Wenatchee leading, and we're going to get a dangerous hold against the Wenatchee wrestler. And so now they will go back to the center of the mat with 12 ticks left in the round. Brock Clark has to try to reverse, or at least get an escape and force overtime. He sits out. Russ follows, pulls him back, bars the arm, has the other wrist, wants to try to drive it with 2 seconds, with 1 second, and it's going to be a win for DAyton Russ for Wenatchee by a score of 3-2 over Brock Clark. So Wenatchee with 3 wins in a row, 2 by decision. Joe Skyleman a 2-0 win, and now DAyton Russ a 3-2 win. Now we'll head to 195 pounds.
What's your name?
Marcus Duvall, the senior, will go for Moses Lake against Jesus Segovia, the senior for Wenatchee. We have 2 more matches left after this one. So we're underway with our 195-pound match here tonight. Marcus Duvall for Moses Lake, Jesus Segovia for Wenatchee. If those names sound familiar, we called them both during the football season. And a good shot here by Segovia. He's got the single leg. Counter by Duvall. Lifts the elevator up, gets the 2-point takedown, does Segovia. Duvall on the bottom now, trailing it 2-0. Segovia reaching, trying to get an arm barred up here. Duvall gets back to his base. Has one arm tied up, and so he'll head back to the mat. Segovia with a crossface. Duvall comes back to his base. Comes up to 1 foot and then 2 feet, and then Segovia just pulls him back. Now Duvall back to his feet again. Segovia follows, and now a 1-point escape. 2-1. Our score, Segovia on top. 47 seconds left in round number 1. Segovia looks to be a little bit taller than Duvall out there on the mat. That usually, and a beautiful single leg and a fireman carry down to the mat. He goes. 2-point takedown for Segovia. He leads it 4-1. 21 seconds left. He's got that arm barred up too. Trying to work the opposite way and get him tipped over with 13. With 12, there's where you got to watch that hand. If the hand goes up towards the neck, but he's got a good bar on this one. He's got to hang on to it. Nope, he lets it go, and they both go back down to the mat. That's going to be the end here of round number 1. Should be 4-1 on the scoreboard. It is in the favor of Jesus Segovia at 195 pounds. Both wrestlers will be on their feet to start the second round here. Duvall approaches. Head slap for Segovia. Duvall had the single leg, but then didn't follow through on it. Didn't like where he was. Shoots again, but then sprawling out to Segovia. Segovia, good job putting the head down and then throwing his hips around and getting the 2-point takedown. He leads it 6-1 here. Minute 38 to go in the second. Duvall definitely a physical presence out there on the mat at 195 pounds, but right now the wrestling technician is in the hands of Jesus Segovia. Segovia looking for a possible far side cradle. He reached up, grabbed his head, did Duvall. And now possibly a near side cradle. He's got the leg trapped by his left leg, but no, decides to let that one go as well. Duvall tried to come to his feet. Segovia trying to do what he can here, but Duvall is certainly showing his strength from the bottom. Now forcing that half in, but he's out of bounds. I don't know what he's going to get accomplished here. And they're going to say no points for a near fall because they were both out of bounds. 48 seconds left in the second round here of our 195-pound match between Marcus Duvall of Moses Lake and Jesus Segovia of Wenatchee. Appreciate you joining us on the NCWLIFE channel, also on our stream tonight on Facebook and on our website at ncwlife.com. First of a couple of wrestling matches that will broadcast here on the NCWLIFE channel this winter. We'll be in the new year before we get our next match here on NCWLIFE. Nice attempt by Duvall again to get to his feet, but again Segovia with the counter for Wenatchee. .23 seconds left in the second round, and here comes Segovia trying to get some near fall points, maybe even more than that. He got a near fall, but now Duvall looking for the escape. He gets it. 8-2 the score with 10 seconds left in the round. It's where if you're behind on the scoreboard, you make an attempt maybe at a throw, and you can't hurt yourself too bad at the end of the round, but neither wrestler will do that. And we'll head to the third with Segovia leading it by a score of 8-2. After tonight, the Panthers are going to be at the Cadet Classic Tournament this Saturday at Eisenhower High School. Moses Lake, meanwhile, is going to be off until the 6th of January. Their next match is against West Valley. So quite a layoff here for the Chiefs after tonight.
Don't shut it down. Keep the pressure on him.
Minute 37 left here in the match. 8-2 the score. Segovia has been the leader throughout. Duvall maybe looking for a throw possibly here. Segovia a little bit tired. Both wrestlers tired at this point as you get to the third round. Push by Duvall. And now we get a stall warning against Segovia. The official motioned for the stall warning, but did not tell Segovia that he was stalling. It's one thing you should probably do verbally. Now the shot by Duvall, the double leg by Segovia. He got the takedown. He's up 10-2, now looking for the pin. 50 seconds left in the match. Jesus Segovia for the Wenatchee Panthers trying to get the first fall of the night for Wenatchee, and he does. Into the third round with the big fellas. It's a battle of attrition. So 5 minutes and 18 seconds into the match, Jesus Segovia gets the pin, and it will be a 6-point addition for Wenatchee in the team scoring. So it's now 39-22. 220-pound match. Instead, looks like Moses Lake. Who will they send out here? Albert Moran or Saul Villa. So it'll be Saul Villa against Evan Burdan. So Evan Burdan and Saul Villa. So this is supposed to be our 220-pound match. I don't know if Saul Villa is 220 pounds, though. Now, Vincent Goforth was supposed to wrestle for Wenatchee at super heavyweight at 285. I don't see anybody left on the bench here for Moses Lake to wrestle next. So I think this may be the super heavyweight match. I think they may have forfeited the 220-pound match, but Evan is out there, Saul is out there, so we'll call what we see. The score is what I have it correct team-wise, 39-22. So on the mat right now, Saul Villa, the senior for Moses Lake, against Evan Burdan, the junior, for the Wenatchee Panthers. Evan has had a few injury problems in his wrestling career. Beautiful double leg there, and the takedown for Burdan. Set it up nicely. Burdan now looking for some exposure possibilities with 37 seconds left in round number one. So again, I see Vincent Goforth over with his headset on for Wenatchee, who is slated as the 285-pound wrestler. He was supposed to wrestle Saul Villa, but Saul is out there right now against Evan Burdan. So we'll have to see after this one what happens here team score-wise. That'll be the end of round number one. Our original bout sheet tonight again had Burdan wrestling against Albert Moran and Saul Villa and Vincent Goforth going at 285. But pretty sure this is Saul Villa out there wrestling against Evan Burdan right now. I'll have to listen in closely to the Moses Lake coaching staff, see if they holler Saul or they holler Albert. But I swear I heard the man on the mat for Moses Lake come over to the scores table and say he's Villa. Villa right now has the arm of Burdan in an awkward position, but Burdan is able to get out of that, reach up, grab the leg of Villa for a moment, and now Burdan tries to stand up. Villa follows. Burdan reaches up, grabs Villa's arm, now crowds and gets a 2-point reversal. 1:18 left here in the second. Berdan on top, 4-0. Now Berdan trying to get that wrist right and pull that wrist and arm back. Villa with the counter, turns away from it. Former Wenatchee coach Stanop is not too far down the scorer's table from me, hollering to the official saying the wrestler on the bottom is stalling. No motion yet from our official here tonight. 35 seconds left in round number 2. Berdan on top, 4-0. Boy, Evan was so impactful during the football season for Wenatchee. It was not what the Panthers wanted. And now a turn for Berdan. Is he going to get any near fall points for it? He will let Villa go, and no near fall points. So it's 4-1. Villa looking possibly for the throw. You got to stay away from those big arms if you're Evan Berdan, and that's going to be the end of round number 2 with our score: Berdan 4, Villa 1. Now the official comes over here, score table side, as Carlos Adamy had a question for him regarding some scoring or such. Villa here for the third round will take the up position on Berdan. Evan is ready. The official tells Saul to get ready, and the whistle sounds. Evan doesn't make a move, just wants to see what Villa is going to try to do. Now he'll step to his feet. Hand fight. A lift and a throw by Villa. Down goes Berdan. Villa trying to do what he can to get a turn here. Trailing it by 3, 4-1. Berdan just trying to hold on for dear life. Doesn't want to get tipped. Villa trying to do all he can to muscle him over, and he nearly did it. Couldn't, though. Berdan reaching up with an arm trying to block Villa from getting out to the side. Nice job of the counter by Berdan from the bottom. Villa, all of his weight on the back of Evan Berdan. 1:05 to go here in the third. Berdan fights off the half Nelson attempt by Villa. Evan doing what he can for the bottom here. The official, I think, pulled his whistle out and warned against possible stalling for Evan Berdan on the bottom. Now he gets that arm back behind him, but Berdan able to counter it and pull that arm free. Now back to his feet. It's a 1-point escape. It's a 5-1 match with 30 seconds to go. Evan Berdan with a shot and the 2-point takedown. Berdan with the advantage, 7-1 with 21 seconds left. So it was a tough start to this match tonight for Wenatchee, but the Panthers look like they're going to win 5 matches in a row to finish it, 4 of which by decision. 7 seconds left. Evan Berdan did what he had to do here tonight and is able to pull off the 7-1 victory over Saul Villa of the Moses Lake Chiefs. That will give Wenatchee 25 team points to Moses Lake's 29. And we'll see if that is, in fact, the end of our match. No matter what, Moses Lake will win, even if they give up a forfeit here in the heavyweight category. Our official comes to the near side, Cody Eilers. And so that's going to be it. And that will be the match. So 25 for Wenatchee, 39 for Moses Lake. And that will be that. We will try to grab one of the Wenatchee wrestlers and come back on our postgame show coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel right after this timeout.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. Well, the Moses Lake Chiefs knock off the Wenatchee Panthers tonight, 39-25. And it was kind of the tale of tonight was the early matches, but Wenatchee able to get its first win of the night thanks to a 138-pounder Bryant Witherington, who joins us now. 14-5 win tonight. Talk about that match and how you're able to get the win.
Well, he was a solid fighter. I was going into it knowing that I need to fight. I want to do the best for my team. I need to get as much points as possible. And he was a really good fighter. I just want to say that thank Moses Lake for coming out and wrestling with us. It's always nice to wrestle at home. So.
How nice is this to get on the mats finally after a year wiped out by COVID and everything else?
It is. It's very nice to get on the mats. I had a heart problem last year, so I couldn't wrestle. But it's really nice to come back and support my team against Moses Lake.
So when Moses Lake comes in and you guys are practicing this week, each team kind of has a certain style. They wrestle well on their feet. They're going to try to shoot first, that type of thing. You see that from Moses Lake a lot, trying to shoot. Is that what you guys anticipate coming into a match like this?
Well, most times I am personally a defensive fighter, but I wanted to start off this match as offensively as possible and try to get those early points. But I don't know. He played good defense. I tried to get the leg, but yeah, that's about it. Tried it.
So from the outside perspective, the MMA fans, which is big now, a lot of the folks that come out of wrestling go into MMA. You talked about it as a fight, as a bout, that type of thing. Is that something you're interested in ever?
Oh, of course. I've always wanted to be an MMA or UFC fighter. I dream about it all the time. But Yeah, well, main reason I wrestle is the closest thing there is in high school to it. But yeah, of course.
How hard is this with all the protocols and the COVID and everything else and testing and stuff? How hard is this for you guys just to, continue to be well and to wrestle?
Well, we got the COVID test and we have all the protocols, but it's necessary. I mean, if we want to wrestle, we're going to have to take all these tests and everything, but it's the only reason, and that's what kept us out here. That's why we're wrestling today. So.
Well, Bryant, thanks for taking the time. Congrats on the win. Best of luck the rest of the season. Bryant Witherington joining us here on the postgame show. We'll come back with more right after this.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Welcome back one more time here to Wenatchee High School, where the Moses Lake Chiefs knock off the Panthers 39-25. Quick recap on our wrestling match here tonight. Dylan Martinez was able to win the first match by a forfeit on 106 pounds for Moses Lake. Chiefs jumped out to a 9-0 lead in the team scoring on Drayden Gaither's 8-0 win over D'Angelo Negrete. 120-pound match went by fall, a minute 30 into the match for Jayro Guzman, downing Leonardo Salgado for Wenatchee. Another forfeit for Jackson Carlos gave the Moses Lake Chiefs a 21-0 lead. It became 27-0 when DAyton Reagan was able to pin Toby Hamilton at the 5:59 mark. 1 second left in the match before he was able to get the win there. Then it was Brian Witherington, whom we just talked to here on the NCWLIFE Channel, getting a 14-5 win over Steven Jackson. That kind of turned things around for the Panthers here tonight. A couple of more falls for Moses Lake, but then Wenatchee gets a 2-0 win by Joe Skyleman, a forfeit for Tyler Skyleman, a 3-2 decision by Dane Russ, Jesus Segovia with a pin, and then Evan Berdan with a 7-1 win to wrap up the night. So the Panthers come back, but they can't come back all the way as they fall to Moses Lake here this evening. Appreciate you joining us for Big Nine Wrestling here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. Want to thank our crew, Nate Mann up above on camera 1. We've got Matthew Ortiz here on camera 2. Dan Kuntz helping us with a little line production tonight, along with Josiah Davison, and of course Matthew Baxter back in the studios. I'm Eric Granstrom as we wrap up our broadcast of Big Nine Wrestling tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll see you again this Saturday with high school basketball at Eastmont as they take on the Moses Lake Chiefs. Have a good night, everybody. With 2, with 1 from half court. Go off the mark. Eastmont.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab, One Way Construction, Rivercom 911, Save Mart, and Sangster Motors. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.
At the